Welcome to Sunday morning podcast with Thabiso Kheo. Today we're going to talk about how great is God, how important is the will of God in your life, because a lot of people, they don't understand why it is very important and very vital for God to be in your life. God is very important to be in your life because God is the one that made you. God is the maker of you. God is creator of you. So you need to understand that this morning is all about knowing why it is very important that God, when created you, He have a purpose and He have a good will for you. A lot of people, they are confused. A lot of people, they go out without understanding who they are, without understanding why they were born. They were born because God has purpose for them. And one of the things that make them to be alive today is because God wants them to serve in the house of the Lord, in the world, in the community, in the society, in the business world. Everywhere, God called people to this world to serve. Serve is a word that is coming from the word service. So meaning, when we talk about the servant of God, most people, they love to talk about servant of God. Servant of God is not only pastors. Servant of God is not only churchgoers. Servant of God is only the prophets. Servant of God is not only apostle. Servant of God are people that are serving God. There are people that are donating with their money for the glory of God. There are people that are helping other people to succeed with their money for the glory of God. There are people that are volunteering. They are serving God. There are people also that are doing works for the community. They have societies. They are serving. They are doing the work of God. There are people that are cleaning up. Yes, they got paid from government, but the same people, they are doing the work of God. There are teachers at schools that are saving regardless of how much they get paid for. There are teachers that bring doctors while they teach them, but doctors earn more than them. But at the end of the day, those people are bringing the glory of God because they are saving. They are giving their services. They are servants of God. They are nurses that go to clinic. They are doctors that go to hospital to save lives, to help people to be alive, to help people to be well, to help people to sustain health. They are psychologists that help people, their mind, their brain, so that they don't get confused, they don't get depressed. Same way, those people are the servant of God. They are serving God. There is a will of God in their lives. That's why they are alive. So there are a lot of people that love to say, some people are useless, or they rather say some positions, or they rather say some courses are useless. There is no course that is useless. There is no educational background that is useless. There is no talent that is useless. Regardless of how much you may earn, there is nothing that is useless. Even some people, they didn't finish school because it's a purpose of God for them not to finish school. Even some people, they are working in the kitchens because there is a purpose of God. There are people that are working in farmers. There is a will of God for them to be there. You know why? Imagine if you didn't have people that are working in a farmers, you're not gonna have meal, you're not gonna have fruit, you're not gonna have a vegetable. So people must understand that all of us, we play vital role in lives. We play important roles in life. So we don't have to say this one is this one is this. We must appreciate whatever we have. We must appreciate whatever we see. We must appreciate. There are people that are not working at all. They are going for a pay at SASA in South Africa. So those people, they are very vital and important, because without those people, the economy will not thrive what they are thriving. The tax will not be used the way it's supposed to be used. There are people that are going to university without their parents saving for them. Those people, they are important because the government was not going to be able to do their work if those people didn't exist. So you need to understand, as much as you struggle, as much as you are poor sometimes, we all needed to be poor so that we can be able to work for other people. We work to be rich so that some people can be able to work for us. So the world can revive. The world can be alive. The world was not going to be alive without people. So everything in the world, it happens because the will of God allow it to happen. God allow everything to happen. He allowed it to stand by as it is. He allowed death to be part of our lives as much as it may not be good. So whatever that you do, whatever that you say, it's all about the will of God. The will of God is something that happens even if people, they agree or disagree. The will of God is something that God doesn't answer when He wants to do it. He doesn't ask when He wants to do it. He just do it without even you wanting it. The will of God is when you plan and your plans don't go the way you planned, but they go the way God wants them to be. The will of God is when you see as if your time is laid by, but God increase the years of you to be alive, and then you achieve all those things that you desire. That's the will of God. The will of God is when the misery, when the difficulties, when pitfalls, when challenges, when hardship, when failure bring success, bring achievement, bring maturity, bring change, bring opportunities, bring success. So those are the will of God. When the misery brings something great, when the death brings something awesome. So we need to understand that there are a lot of things, there are a lot of opportunities out there that we need to embrace. To embrace the will of God, because God have made the world the way it is, and it is beautiful the way it is. It is great the way it is. There is a marriage. Some marriage they don't last. Some marriage they don't exist. Some marriage they don't succeed. So God make marriages so that they can be able to show how relationship is ruined of God. Some marriage they don't last at all. Some marriages they become so useless in a way that you think a marriage is something bad, but the marriage at the end of the day is something great because it was created by God. So whatever you desire, whatever you want to hear, you need to hear such, because whatever God has designed, He's designed it so beautifully, in so great mind of His own will. We were not there when God created marriage. We are not there when God created gifts. We are not there when God created talents. We are not there when God created callings. We are not there when God created fruits of the Spirit. We are not there when God created different people. We are not there when God created different languages. We are not there when God created different servants, different services, different careers. We are not there. We are not there when God created different mindsets, different hearts, different country, different nations, different cultures, different religions, different regions, different locals. We are not there. So we need to embrace whatever we have, because God is up to something with all these regards that He has made. So we need to understand the will of God and say, God, we thank you for your will. We thank you for your glory. We thank you for the way we are. We thank you for the way the world is. And then we'll be able to embrace whatever we have. And we thank God for His will. And then when we understand the will of God, we understand His purpose, then we start having a willing heart in whatever we want to achieve, whatever we want to do. A willing heart is someone who appreciates and accepts their calling, someone who appreciates and accepts their gift, someone who appreciates and accepts their career, someone who appreciates and accepts their time being, someone who appreciates and accepts the opportunities that they get. So you need to understand you are built by the will of God. You are here for the will of God. You are here for the purpose. But most of it, your purpose in this world is to serve. I thank you from Thabiso Kheo podcast. See you next week. And then you will be talking about other topic next week. Thank you very much.